start there. It will be West Ham in their change colours here to get the action underway. Kick-off in the capital. Arsenal winners here in midweek in the Champions League. With Summit in their sights in the Premier League. West Ham out to set the odds again. Immediately, launching the game's first attack. Set up beautifully as well, isn't it?
It certainly is, and there was a little bit of lack of communication there from Calafiori letting it go over his head. Wasn't aware Jarrod Bowen was coming in behind him.
Expected corner kicks to play a part today. Arsenal so strong from them. West Ham have had huge issues defending them, but this is a role reversal at the start in the blustery dominations of North London. And goes the in-swing. David Raya it went, and he will be a little bit relieved that no further damage was done.
I think it's a really, really good delivery actually. He's used the wind extremely well, and Nicholas Fulberg at the back. Quite a clear header, and I think he'll be disappointed that he didn't hit the target there.
He's searching for his first goal of the season. Nicholas Fulberg preferred to lead the line. Espirito Santo on the end of the early opportunity for West Ham inside the Dens opening minute. Declan Rice. Who's a fixture with an extra little bit of emotion for him against his former club. Interesting to see the exact role that he has. He played more centrally into the starting lineup at Newcastle last week. First time as a Saka and Gyökeres have all started together for Arsenal. Fans have been waiting a little while, haven't they, to see this?
Yeah, they certainly have. Four talented, extremely talented players. Four players that can win the game on their own. And again, I'm excited to see what these four can bring as well.
They've played their parts already in the opening weeks of the season. They've rotated around the world, taking all the different competitions that they're in. The reason why they did the business in the summer, especially ones that they did, and those new signings. Super Mendy, one of those rotated to the bench today, slightly deeper or maybe in previous weeks with Declan Rice. Having not passed clear, having come off here against the offers with it on. There's a forward in towards Gyökeres.
We've already seen Victor Gyökeres whenever he gets the ball, he knows exactly where he wants to run. Pointing, play me in there. And there's a right, he does that, but once again, a little bit of lack of communication from Trossard.
The second with a throw, back in the West Ham side as the only change from Monday night after 3 matches out with a stomach injury. Difficult start to his season. The hammer of the year last year. He was in for Carl Walker Peters today. A complete contrast to Mikel Arteta. Espirito Santo just a week into his tenure with West Ham. He only had 2 training sessions before that game at Everton on Monday night when he picked up a very useful point as they came back from behind. Yet to win, in fact, yet to pick up a point at home so far this season. It's been a more resilient campaign on their travels. All 4 points taken outside of East London. Towards Gyökeres, picking up the line. And again, the second is there to just about deal with it. And we know having made the initial save to the Nigerian Timber. The field is forward from fullback.
It's just simple stuff. You don't really have to work hard at all. Gyökeres getting involved. Then Odegaard playing a lovely pass. Julian Timber's getting forward. It's a good save in the end from Areola.
Force back here to William Saliba. Half-time at St James's Park 6 days ago. Since on that new 5-year contract extension. Another statement of Arsenal's intent. To incomings at the summer, keeping hold of their star name so important here as well. Saliba was certainly sought after. Somerville going down, a little bit of West Ham free kick. It's the second half of last season, didn't he? Crescencio Seinfeld through injury. He's took it straight back into the side in the opening weeks of this season. The frustration for Graham Potter, I guess, he barely got to work with it, really. Mavropanos. With previous against Arsenal. Used to play for them, of course, and he scored his only West Ham goal in this fixture a couple of seasons ago. Saka well advanced. And he's with him, trying to shepherd that out of play. He wasn't quite able to do so. So here is Bowen attempting to pick up the pieces. Calafiori is with him, which was aimed in towards Somerville. He's not causing some early alarm in these first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, he's done really well out of Saka. Maybe Gabriel should just clear his lines as opposed to trying to let that run out. He's won it. It's dangerous as well. Could have been a foul, to be honest, in the box, Somerville.
Twitter last week, Gabriel doing the day job. Rice stepping in to try and clear that one away. Hasn't done so effectively, though. Flashes across the face of the goal for Paquetá.
Just gets it all wrong. Paquetá in the end, doesn't he? Good, the recycling play, really good, Jarrod Bowen. Really disappointed with that, he's better than that. So Julian Timber, he gets through, it's a good pass from Odegaard. It's a good save, to be honest, and he tries to hit it across the goal. That's where Areola in the end.
He's had a couple of goals already this season. Julian Timber, looking to win here against Leeds United early in the season. Reportedly in talks about extending his contract. This is Odegaard in space. Saka. Moss was calling for it. Okay, Saka still has it. He was going to have a go from Norwich clearly as far as Declan Rice. That was by Magassa. Glimpses of goal at both ends already. This is more what the Arsenal fans expected to see the game look like. He was so impressive here, wasn't he, against Olympiacos on Wednesday in the Champions League. This season so far it has stuttered because of that shoulder injury. Against Leeds United, also again against Forest. Been able to find his rhythm yet, but it seems in the last couple of games that could be changed. Chase on here for Calafiori. He did want to reach it, but that's a corner. And the pressure then careers into Calafiori, and referee John Brooks has given the free kick. He's got a chance today for the Premier League assignment of his season. First big decision to make.
He just overtouched it, didn't he? Agassa Calafiori read it. It's the right call, it's a foul. Nothing more, nothing less. Kind of lost his foot in the end, didn't he, Phil, in a way?
All about Arsenal's strength from set pieces this season, and indeed in recent seasons. He never used to take them for West Ham. He doubted, he said, Declan Rice, that he was capable of doing what Arsenal asked him to do. And they put him on set piece duty, but he's certainly long since banished those doubts, hasn't he? And he'll assess his options from here. To deliver into the danger area. Trossard waiting when it comes down, couldn't quite get on the end of that. And West Ham will certainly settle the outcome. Konstantinos Mavropanos, who has gone down and stayed down. Captain ahead, I think, here for the centre-back. He's been establishing himself in the West Ham side recently at the end of Graham Potter's time in charge, and he's kept his spot under Nuno so far. Still no Jean-Claire Todibo in the squad, and you can see the damage done. And this is how it happened.
Yeah, I think it's just a clash of heads. Is it Calafiori? Brave defending as well. Mavropanos. Calafiori tries to flick it, ends up heading him, and he won't want that, Mavropanos, will he? Because these set plays are dangerous for Arsenal. They'll need him there ready to head it out, whatever comes his way.
The games he played for Arsenal, Mavropanos, he has been a first pick under Nuno so far. He's looking to bring about that defensive resilience required, because 14 goals conceded, the most of any side in the Premier League after the first 6 games of the campaign. And their best to patch him up as quickly as possible here.
Did look a sore one, just right above his left eye. What's he going to do all the necessary checks, but he doesn't need that.
Chance for Arteta to pass on some early observations as well, because there have been moments of concern for Arsenal in these first 10 minutes or so. Are expecting a particular pattern of play today. West Ham getting players back behind the ball. We know how Nuno's teams like to counter. Arteta will come up with a game plan, I'm sure, to try and deal with that. Will be able to continue. Igor Tudor, who they brought in on loan from Brighton on deadline days, on the bench and warming up just in case. Todibo, as I mentioned, in the squad, although his absence at Everton on Monday was put down to injury. Seven other passes okay here. Important partnership today between him and Max Kilman. Nuno knows well, of course, from time together at Wolves. The stoppage on the over will clear it away. 2.5 minutes of treatment from Mavropanos there. West Ham will be satisfied enough how they started the game.
Yeah, I think so. They started exactly the way we'd all expect. Sitting in their shape, saying, come and break us down. I don't think you can do that all game, because Arsenal will certainly have chances.
Saka still temporarily out to take off the penalties, actually returning it. To Saliba, and now Odegaard. A bit more room in which to work this time, slipping it through.
So simple, but so effective for Arsenal. Odegaard just staying wide. It's a lovely through ball to Saka. It's a shot behind Jokeres. He tries to keep it going. Defended it really well, West Ham. Just behind Jokeres. If he leaves that though, Eze's on his own at the back. Just scoops it out, doesn't he?
Before empty Eze, then he was in a perfect place to profit there. It's an early indication of what Odegaard can bring.
Disappointing Eze with that. 7 yards out, he's got to hit the target. His target's a goal.
Huge shouts early on for Arsenal. He's looking for his first Premier League goal for the club. Richie Eze. He did open his goals account against Port Vale in the last round of the EFL Cup. There's so much for him to score here at the Emirates for his Club for the first time in the top flight since he got his dream move in the summer. Don't know what I win the game today. He'll be thinking back at that moment, I'm sure. With Trossard down. Aside of all the summer signings, Leandro Trossard still playing a prominent role in this team. Only Saka involved in more goals for Arsenal actually than Trossard since he signed from Brighton. He did sign that new contract in the summer, albeit the terms of it remain unaffected. He got a pay rise out of it, but no extension to the deal. Champions League in a couple winning this season as Trossard. There's Callum Fury. The He's got the accusation so far, many people that he hasn't scored in the biggest games. Arteta against Newcastle. He's able to get the goal. Time to assess his options there, Paquetá alongside him. By Lucas Paquetá, but another guy is stepping on his heels. Unfairly so, says referee Brooks against the free kick.
Good passage of play from West Ham, probably the best in terms of possession for them. Just keeping hold of it, frustrating Arsenal.
Another second again. Continuing with Paquetá. He's denied an opportunity. And Saka takes the throw. This time into the field of fulcrum. Quite as intended. He says is to try and bring the team and the club closer to their fans again after the discontent that has marked the weeks of their season. Contest against the board at previous home games. Another one planned for next week. The Premier started with back-to-back away matches. Only dreadful for them. Actually, the last 10 points in the Premier League will come away from home. So that's one before the next international break. From Areola. So take it quickly. And Rice. To Timber. Saliba. Another guard being closely marshalled by Fernandez. Gabriel. Always making himself available. Saka his way. Taken away from it by Asensio Somerville. His defensive duty. Saka responds in kind. He wins it back, but not for long. Here's Somerville on the surge once more. With support either side. Lucas Paquetá on the receiving end of the pass. A little bit of a standoff. And Arsenal back in position defensively. Odegaard has stayed down. Always a concern for Arsenal, particularly in the context of the early weeks of his season. Need this time.
Yes, I saw one. Flashing these from Odegaard. With Somerville running at full pelt as well. That can be a real sore one. I think he needs to be alright. No physio's coming on to see him at the moment.
To his feet. So here, the relief, I'm sure, of Mikel Arteta. And also go on and win the trophies that Arteta demands that they must certainly to go on and manage another 300 games for the club. Then, as captain Martin Odegaard will have a big part to play, surely. Not feeling the effects of that as West Ham get the game restarted. Time going down.
Looks like Odegaard's feeling the knee again. Just held to, he just kicked it out, he's down again.
will take on the touchline. Looks like the change might have to happen after all. There's a shoulder injury twice earlier in the season that has kept him on the sidelines. Not to the knee, might end Martin Odegaard's afternoon early here. This time the treatment is certainly required. Will he be able to continue? Plenty of possible replacements moving up right now.
It is a sore one, as I said. Somerville was running full pelt and he just left his left leg out there, didn't he? Clutched knees. Maybe he's twisted it as well. They're doing all the tests as if he's twisted his knee as well.
Whatever waits for word, whether he will have to call on maybe Mikel Merino would be the most likely. Potentially. That's the frustration, isn't it, for Martin Odegaard? I was just talking at the start how he hadn't been able to get into his rhythm because of these injuries, not of which have kept him out for too long, but it's prevented him getting a sustained break in the side.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a good opening 20 minutes as well. It's hard to mark. Just leading me to Odegaard, Rice and Eze. Hard to mark. They're always moving around, interchanging. Looks to be moving relatively freely.
Involved in a conversation with the medical staff. Certainly not a change that they want to have to make, so they'll give him every chance. In the meantime, they have 10. And Declan Rice on the ball. Fury. Second lengthy stoppage of the game's opening quarter. Does attempts to make his return. Want to keep an eye on, but it appears that he's going to be okay. Certainly okay to give it a go. Saka. With him. As he's tended to do fairly frequently in this first half so far. That's been all too aware of the Bukayo Saka. Whether he's been the game, whether he's had an injury interrupted start to his season. Saka.
She just went too early. Declan Rice has a look up, gets on his right foot. Good delivery. He's mistimed his run by inches. Has a good finish in the end. Questionable just defending. It's a typical Saka finish, but a yard offside.
However, on VAR today, didn't take them too long to check that Saka was offside. That's the point that they get. Arsenal. This is the danger for them at the other end with Bowen working. Dion was able to clear Calafiori and then Eze trying to help it further from trouble. And now space for Timber. First choice right back at the moment. And Ben White on reserve on the bench. Timber has continued his run here. Musica was looking for him, but has had to persist himself. Good side of real perseverance there, Declan Rice. Excellent Timber, hasn't he? This season, both at the back end, at the other end of the field as well. Saka. Everything moving in front of him. Eza. And Trossard combining. So we're going through Declan Rice in that central role. And the guard to Saka. That's two things with it. Saka swings across it. Patience and probing here, those in red. A week on the training ground, and Simon drilled in what he wants and the way that they're set up here. And the Trossard. There's Rice. Touchline, so I'm not sure that Martin Odegaard is going to be able to carry on as Saka plays it up towards Gyökeres. Zubimendi's been ready.
Yeah, I've been watching Martin Odegaard for the last couple of minutes. He is struggling. He's hobbling around, and I think, yeah, that could be the end of his afternoon. I mean, Mikel Arteta is asking the question.
He wants another minute or so, doesn't he? And still reluctant to make that change, so Martin Zubimendi waits to see if he will be signed. Tracksuit top going back on for now. I think I'm in the thick of it there on halfway. Now is it? Charlotte Bowen for West Ham. Fury going with it. Key jewel that one. Trossard trying to help out Fury. West Ham ball. Take a 1 point, that draw at Everton last time for them. That's 3 games since the win at Nottingham Forest. Who knows Nottingham Forest as they were at the time. After his last game in charge. For his next one, and he stayed in situ, would have been here, but it was Ange Postecoglou that held instead when he scored Nottingham Forest convincingly. And being held by the Hammers here. Lucas Paquetá. He's over the head, full trick in the middle. So again, defending. Sticking with Pedro Gyökeres. Juve. You know what he's capable of. Only Jack Grealish with more assists in the Premier League this season. I'll mention that, but down again there is Martin Odegaard, and surely this time he will be coming off.
Yeah, he knew it as well. He knew it from the initial challenge. Credit to him. He just wanted to give it a go and try again. He kept saying to me, Arteta, give me a minute. But this is the 3rd time now. I don't think he should have stayed on at all.
Suddenly, the captain's arm back, and his afternoon is over. And he gave him every chance. The injury-interrupted start to Martin Odegaard's season continues. And off the back of his performance here against Olympiacos on Wednesday, all the more frustrated for Odegaard and the Arsenal fans. Through half an hour here. After the lead, suffered in the clash with Somerville. So on comes Martin Zubimendi, much earlier than planned. His Bruno on the bench today didn't last long. He had started every Premier League game so far this season since he signed in the summer. He's forced all the way back. Hillman takes over and then launches it longer. Fulcrum was his target. Gabriel in front of him. Trossard. Time to assess his options. Nobody really going to close it down here. Zubimendi's first involvement. Zubimendi. So Fury. Free kick. decision up against Falkirk. And the reversal between those two. So not hanging around here. And for their win at the Emirates. Distraction for them so far though. Fury, hold back, players to the cross from coming after into the corner, but they haven't got it.
To say we've got a bird's eye view here in our position, Phil, and the shape of West Ham is fantastic at the moment. The Gasser and Fernandez sitting in front of the back four, and the three in front of them, Owen, Paqueta and Somerville, the full crew up front on his own. They're working extremely hard. It's so difficult to sustain that one lapse of concentration. But at the moment, it's working.
It's a very familiar formation, isn't it, under Nuno from his successful spell at the City ground. It's now Nottingham Forest operated for much of last season. Decision here goes against Bowen. Fury needing to take it quickly. And he's been Arsenal's loss early on. Zubamendi. So this time he's had a slightly more advanced midfield role again. Timber on the charge. Second three towards Declan Rice. Timber with a touch for Trossard. Nicholas was waiting in the middle, and the pass got there first. Fernandez coming under pressure. Brought it down, but he has lost it. Fury out for Arsenal. Trossard. Considerable pressure. Ready for the first sustained start of the game.
It certainly is. They're getting it wide. Saka, right hand side. A bit of a floaty one, lovely feet from Eze just over here. A bit of a floaty cross from Saka, he's right. Gyökeres couldn't get no power, you see it here. There's lovely defending back to Saka, the back post.
Very quickly, knocked it almost as soon as it left the building, Belgium. As he will have to do today. Zubamendi. Saliba. He's signed that new contract because he believes that Mikel Arteta and his staff can turn him into the best centre back in the world. And he wasn't going to consider leaving until they won something. He's a real belief in these parts. So it's a genuine possibility, not a probability this season. Trossard. His target was referee shouted there for a handball, maybe. And Saka. With Saka. Well, they did check the possible penalty appeal, but nothing in it. See VAR. First opportunity in this sort of situation. Comes clear on Henry off the Trossard, came at him awkwardly, still tries to make something of it. I feel like the game is an important one, it's not by the Gasser. Well, we just about dealt with it. Almost an orthodox manner, in which he attempted to do so. So far this season, from set pieces, they have scored the most from corners. corner kicks of any side in this division, 6 of them. By contrast, conceded 8 times from corners, the worst such record in the division. Looks like to have a part to play in this story now. Saka with the latest corner, in towards Calafiori, will come back for Bukayo Saka. Eza. And again. Mendy. Rice. Maintaining possession, they've had to go all the way back to David Raya.
They're patient, it's good defending West Ham again, keeping their shape. Aaron Wan-Bissaka again getting out quickly to Declan Rice. That's all Arsenal can do, try and find gaps.
Finding one here for 2 really the distance on Wan-Bissaka's clearance, but it was still an important one. Asking all of the questions. Calafiori. Just run out of room in the end as Ricardo Calafiori. Preaches patience that is certainly going to be required this afternoon from what we've seen so far. 70% of the ball is getting to double figures for attempts at goal already. And still no breakthrough.
You know exactly what was going to happen today in terms of possession, chances. They have limited them really to not really any goal-mouth chance that you can say, apart from the Eze one that should have scored. It's been a reasonably good half at the moment.
So who have conceded those 14 goals through their first 6 games, standing firm. There's a considerable increasing pressure really at the moment. Finishing off decisively and scored his first goal of the season. And 17th in Arsenal colours now, 2 more than he managed in the entirety of his West Ham career. And he rose through the ranks to become a Hammers hero. A statement signing a couple of summers ago from Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. And added others to their ranks to strengthen the squad. Since then, nobody here in any doubt over the importance of Declan Rice to this team. Nicholas Moore assists for Arsenal, and he managed Colin Hammers, but it's an indicative role that he plays there these days. And with his goal, I'm sure this is a different type of game now. Probably not just yet at this stage.
No, not just yet, I agree. If it continues an hour, 70 minutes there, they'll have to change their approach West Ham. I still think Nuno Espirito Santo will want his team to go in with only the 1 goal. 1 goal down at the moment at half-time.
Saka nearly came for Eucharist. Somerville. West Ham got by whatever response from the final first half, although there will be maybe much as that again to add on at the end of it after the earlier stoppages. Arsenal losing Martin Odegaard to injury in the this first half. Declan Rice stepping up with a goal. For a side who, dating back to last season, have won 6 of the last 8 in the Premier League. More points than anybody else since the start of that sequence. Frankie completely outnumbered there, attempting to make something of it. Fury coming under pressure from Jarrod Bowen. In which the away side have won each of the last 4 meetings between these clubs. So determined to look that trend. Too much on it for Rice. The pressure to Mavropanos. Granted, didn't have a back of that Conference League success, having lifted Slonko as their skipper. He's yet to do so in Arsenal colours, but could this be the season? The league will continue to build. They're able to win games like this one. This stage of the season. He's going to be allowed to use the towel today. Callum Fury was prevented from doing so last week, wasn't he, at Newcastle? Both clubs have to agree to it pre-match. Regret agreeing to clear Fury with decent distance on the throw. First pass it back in again. Matheus Fernandes. Matheus had stayed down in the penalty area. Now Falkirk's gone down. Yeah, I'm having a look at whether there was anything possible penalty claim.
Yeah, I think it was Max Kilman on Gyökeres. And the use of his left arm. I don't think that was anything in that in terms of a penalty.
That was the one, but it has just been cleared already. It didn't take too long. No penalty. Gyökeres back on his feet. Max Kilman, the defender involved. A really useful ally to Nuno, helping him settle in his new job. They worked together for 3 years at Wolves. And comes in players there. He's been a spectator for the most part, hasn't he, in this first half? But that nervy moment right at the very start. And the corner sail over his head, but hasn't had too much else to do. Today, he's deputised impressively for the most part when required this season. He's taken off at half time. And that's the chance he's got. Is it? Saliba again. Arsenal playing out their own pace and controlling proceedings. Before the second half, a huge one. So hard without the ball at the moment, the visitors. Julian Timber. People on the move ahead of him. And a free kick this time as he takes a tumble. Arsenal first to the second balls in a moment as well. When West Ham do briefly win it back, it is only the merest of respites, really. Zubimendi, nominated for the Premier League Player of the Month award last month. He's slotted pretty seamlessly into English football, hasn't he? And for international duty with Spain. Thanks to this. Arsenal, of course, with the 4 players, including Declan Rice in the England squad. So he goes into 5 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Showing as far as Calafiori. against Matheus Fernandes. Injuries to Mavropanos and then to Ødegaard. The reason for this extension to the first half. This has gone Arsenal's way thanks to his goal. Heavily involved throughout, but particularly important on these set pieces as well. It's well changing somewhat when Ødegaard went off. He was in the best position to score. And surely the targets for him here, both the centre-backs joined by the centre-forward, Viktor Gyökeres. Feliz Calafiori was trying to help him. This is Trossard to stand up the cross. Saka to retrieve it, potentially here to return it. Finding the chance to do that. He played the ball before he was gone.
Just mistimed it, Calafiori. As we see here, Juve just plays it forward, just overstretches Calafiori. John Brooks having a word with him.
Word of warning for Calafiori from referee Brooks and no more. Pretty swiftly back on his feet after that, and Areola is going to clear it away. Calafiori back in position to meet it, and again. Fernandes forward, for Krug. The flip was by Somerville. Back in for a bouncing ball against Gabriel, it nearly came for Somerville. And Saka forward, too far forward as it turned out. A little reminder from the Hammers as they try and find their threat in the final third. That's not what they know what to do in this first half. Actually, in all three previous Premier League games this season, they were scoring first. So they came far behind to win at Newcastle last week. Chelsea later. This is the opportunity this afternoon for the Gunners to go top. So will if things stay this way. Calafiori. This has continued his run after playing the ball to Ricardo Calafiori. He's gone back infield instead. He didn't necessarily want it there. And himself quickly closed down. Nice wider this time. Done with him. We will be colleagues next week on international duty. Wales, I will qualify to come for England in Latvia. Saliba. Final seconds of this first half unfolding now. Eza to Saka. Through Timber. Here comes it. So close to two. The first half. And that left a bit of Ricardo Calafiori. Probably thought it was in.
Saka coming in again, isn't he? Playing that lovely through to Timber. Comes out to Calafiori. Kind of lucky Areola, didn't he? Hits the post, comes back, takes his back. Over there, West Ham, Mavropanos to clear it.
Another day that ends up in the end off the goalkeeper, doesn't it? But the post to his rescue. Calafiori so close to his second of the season. To Arsenal's second of the afternoon. On we go in this first half. The 5 added minutes now up. As for decent distance on the flag, comes back his way. Once again. Here's half time. They have just run out of time in search of the second before the interval, but it's Declan Rice's goal that has Arsenal on course for top spot today. Took it really smartly against his former club to open his account for the season. Didn't celebrate against his former side. It was a significant one, certainly. After Bukayo Saka had had one effort a little earlier in the piece, disallowed for offside, and then right at the end, start of the second half, at Emirates Stadium, Arsenal leading West Ham. The scoring that was sorted by offside. Nuno's side were standing firm at that point in the game, defending with real discipline and determination. It was Declan Rice that found a way through for Arsenal late in that first half. His goal against his former club, the difference at this point. Chiesa waiting to get the second half underway. Arsenal will certainly feel that they need another. West Ham had their moments early in the game, but were then on the back foot for most of what followed. No changes from either side at the interval, so it's as you were in terms of personnel. Arsenal to get the second half started then, as they go in search of a second goal to maybe make it safe. What have West Ham United got from here? Defended Darren Ambrose really well for most of that first period, but a little bit more is needed now from Nuno's team.
Yeah, it's so difficult. The approach going to have to change as the game goes on, but then Arsenal will just pick them off. We know how good they are doing that.
Max Kilman, also given by John Brooks. VAR currently having a look. And Malik Chief in the meantime making ground. Qatar, all the way through the middle for him. Some really big appeals from the Arsenal players in the vicinity. Not just to brush the arm of Mavropanos. And Max Kilman were both in position. And they still check it. And playing, continuing here, Paquetá to Kilman. The check is complete, by the way, no penalty. Despite the fact there was contact with the arm of Mavropanos. There was Somerville, did beautifully to bring that under control. Not going. Ending that in, but straight through to the goalkeeper. So let's have a look at this.
He's running back to try and defend. The ball is going to find its way to Berrieza at the time, I think. I've seen them given, really have.
Well, the it did hit the arm of Mavropanos, but it was a natural running action that caused the contact with the ball. So the referee's on-field decision not to give the penalty has been backed by Michael Oliver as the correct one. It's how the Arsenal appeal, certainly. Fury from so close into the end of the first half to double the Arsenal lead. Injury interrupted first campaign at the club, but he's been first choice in the Premier League so far. As well as that goal in the win against Manchester United, there's a couple of assists to his name as well. He started 11 times actually in the whole of last season in this division. Fury is back on the ball again, albeit briefly here. Somerville to give chase. Can be done by Timber for David Raya. The last two seasons will be clean sheet today. There's 3 of them so far. Only this season. Arsenal won't be relying on that. As they go in search of another. Or do they need to try and necessarily force the issue? They've been patient throughout. to attack by picking out Lucas Paquetá. Had plenty of company. He's not going to give it up though. Asensio Somerville. To Mavropanos. This is the one doing the closing down here. In dangerous territory, but there is no way through for it.
Just patient play once again from Arsenal. Eze picked his moment, won the ball. It's a good counter-attack. It's a little bit quiet before that at the Emirates. Maybe a little bit of frustration.
Might change here. Declan Rice to deliver again. So much favored that strength from corners and West Ham's weakness in these sort of situations in the opening weeks of the season. Rice, Areola comes decisively. And this is down here for West Ham as he fell at the feet a second. And he wasn't able to make anything of it. Here's it down for long, Matheus Fernandes. Gabriel, wasn't it? Just inside the area and sent him to the floor. Brought in along with Magassa just before the transfer window closed. Potter, of course, was still in charge. They've really got the luxury of working. That's the quality, isn't it, that West Ham are up against. Turning provider there. It's only a fraction away from reaching it. Here is Rice again. Trossard for the first time. The Calafiori. It's Kevin Bowen get there with the ball. It tells much about the story right now that West Ham's captain is having to do his defending inside his own area.
And this is the chance for the Hearts from Trossard to run from Declan Rice. Would have been a brilliant run. Will take it short and quickly. Rice to Trossard. Steps to the byline. Too many in the way, but Arsenal are certainly sensing their second. Short, Simoneza. Mendy. Second. Quite open up for him to have a hit. Declan Rice in Bowen this time. Just can't get out right now. Everybody required for the back behind the ball. Leandro Trossard again. Scoring all the West Ham this season. Trying to catch out Areola, but the goalkeeper was having none of it. 5-2 they won it at London Stadium Arsenal last season, back in November. All 7 goals came in the first half. Just the one today, which is why Arsenal certainly feel they need another. And they really are stepping up the intensity and the pressure in pursuit of it. Trossard is at the heart of it. Eze. Second. Trossard again. Still battling for that
against Magessa. Held up his progress, but wasn't able to wrestle back possession. This time, Bowen intervenes. Paquetá. He's gone down off the ball. That's the free kick. Crossing, wasn't it? Somerville. This moment on his 200 Premier League appearance, seventh youngest to reach that milestone for Arsenal. Those who really want even more dominance in possession in the second period. He's got their noses in front. It's not interested yet. Impressive outside of this. They're looking to leave their own half. At some point, I guess, that's going to have to change.
Yeah, it certainly is, and they've got to make moments count. There was one just then, Somerville got forward, tried to play Wan-Bissaka. There's an opportunity for West Ham.
He's in the thick of things once more. Timber. Fury. Stepping into that central role again from fullback. Saka. Just getting a little shot from behind there. From Jif.
It's very difficult to defend. Saka just gets his body in between man and ball. The only way they can get him is fouling.
Against West Ham's left bank. And Mikel Arteta close took charge of Arsenal, the first of his 300 games in charge. The start of 200 for Bukayo Saka so far in this division. He saw him, he said, as a left back. He's come out a long way as a player and a person, but also a long way up the pitch where he plays since then. He's won the free kick. Rice has had a little wait to decide where he's going to try and put this. Rice headed out as far as Trossard. This might get another go here. West Ham changes being ready as Arsenal go back to David Ryan. Trossard. So yet to finding pockets of space in this part of the pitch with Callum Fury joining in now. Chiesa. Timber. Concentration is key for West Ham United. But a sustained pressure. They have to see another free kick. And this time there's going to be a booking for the challenge on Saka by Somerville. First goal of the game.
Yeah, once again, I just said this about Saka, just keeps himself between man and ball. There's nothing you can do to let him go. He's giving away a free kick, Somerville in a dangerous area.
Confirmation of his caution, and can Arsenal apply some further punishment of their own here? This time Rice touches it wider for Bukayo Saka rather than delivering directly. Saka's progress then held up by Matheus Fernandes. So he wasn't going to give that up, and he did have some support as well as the clearance is completed by Magessa. Trossard forward. Callum Fury, nearly for Trossard. Goes down on the one, Saka's challenge, breaks out for Subbanandi. He couldn't find Saka as intended, Juve is there first. And El Hachimalik Juve goes down. Boston still unhappy about the earlier one, Van Saka on Trossard. From which Arsenal's Belgian has stayed down.
Fully committed challenge, isn't it, from Wan-Bissaka? Studs up on Trossard's the sort of one.
Nothing more in it, says Villarreal. He's just had a good check of there. West Ham are going to make their changes here. Gassa and Juve are being replaced, it would appear here. On comes Freddie Potts, and also the Northern Ireland international Callum Marshall for his first ever Premier League appearance. So the younger players brought off the bench. Marshall has played more football for his country than he has his club this season. Potts is on as well. He was also brought off the bench in Everton on Monday, playing Preston in the Championship at Portsmouth last season. James Ward-Prowse again left out of the squad entirely for the second stroke by the Oaks. Potts here summoned as a midfield replacement. The talos of Saka require to be stopped here. I think that has caused the issue for Bukayo Saka. He's okay, but he might have to be patched up first.
Take a look here. His right-handed, left-handed just scoots round, catches Saka in the face. See here, just
with Southampton, they made a significant profit on it. West Ham came in for him just before the end of the window. Still his goal, and it's separating the sides today.
yeah, it's initially a good strike. It's a good save, Ariola. Strong hand, one play, you don't make to balls you there, definitely right. Keep that down, it's a goal. It's great connection. They deserve the lead.
And it stays this way. Arsenal top of the table. Chelsea later. There is time for another twist or two this afternoon, that is for sure. It was forced into that change Mikel Arteta in the first half when Odegaard went off to injury. No further alterations for Arsenal here. Back at 10 seconds, okay. He will be. But interesting those West Ham changes as well, particularly up front. Nicholas Fulford was pulled off, but it's Callum Marshall rather than Johnny Wilson to whom Lido's turn.
He's been a little opportunity, Callum Marshall. Go on, try and make yourself a hero, get a goal. Like Freddie Potts as well. He'll get on the ball, he'll try and make things play.
He has been a good goal scoring for Marshall actually for the under-21s. Freddie Potts, impressive when he's had the opportunity recently. Marshall got a goal in the Football League Trophy actually in midweek, albeit in the FIFA Reading. Callum Wilson has the way. Four players who have scored for West Ham in the league so far this season. Also a goal against Forest. It's the one start for him so far. Bukayo Saka okay, 20 in the way. Another free kick will swiftly follow. Goes kilometres too far away. There's Trossard. Saka was his target. June 31st. Doing well international duty after this. Senegal 2 wins away from World Cup qualification. Certainly a key player for West Ham recently. He's got his hands full at the moment up against Bukayo Saka. As I'm sure you would have expected would be the case today.
My initial thoughts was it was just outside the box. He's ended up falling into the box, hasn't he? It's a definite foul, 100%. It's a great take. But yeah, where he's connected just outside, but he's falling into the box. It's a clear push from June. The penalty, but what a wonderful player Saka is.
55 goals, 25 assists, 200. Bukayo Saka. So we are very good chance to not give it some penalties in the pre-season. We're getting near that one. But West Ham are a long way away from getting back in this game now. How they need something in sync. In these circumstances, with a quarter of the contest still to play. Fury this game. Making clear contact there with Calafiori. Yellow card has been issued and has been backed by VAR for what they've described as a petulant flick out. So he's actually West Ham on the ball. Ridley has backed it up. Nothing at the end of it. Situations, but West Ham doesn't have them to do so. Referee doesn't actually have to intervene and give throwing no more.
It's a kick that is as well from David Raya. Right to the
century of appearances for the club as David Raya and the super signing that he's moved to be. It's an extra element to Arsenal's game. Already the top scorers at home in the Premier League coming into this weekend. Above Manchester City in that statistic now with the two today. And only conceded just the one here at home in this division all season so far. So we are number 3.5 games now. Rice on the move. They will certainly feel that they should go on and win the game from here, while Arsenal, but it won't deter them in their pursuit of some more goals in the last 20 minutes or so.
Particularly if West Ham change their approach, which they may do. Callum Wilson may get loose on them, they two up top, just try and get back in the game. That will open up gaps for Arsenal.
Comes from John Fury. There's the distance on that. Nearly for Gyökeres, just slipped away from him actually. Zubimendi. These last 20 minutes yet to see a shot on target for West Ham United. How do they approach this closing stages? They can't settle for the next limitation really, can they? They already had one attempted total in the second half. So maintaining their confidence in the ball throughout. The club who were the first visiting team actually to win here when this stadium first opened. There's been history in the fixture. As far as not being there, beginning to run out of time and change that narrative. Here's Kilman. Just for a moment, probably right, might have been a little bit worried as it sailed over his head, but ultimately over the top of his goal as well.
He can't have meant this, Kilman. Looks like he was trying to cross here, but I tell you what, he was worried to a certain degree, David Raya.
It wasn't too far away from dropping over his head into that top corner, was it? Could have been somebody for next Kilman to score his first West Ham goal. Maybe they need something out of the ordinary if they are to stage an improbable comeback from here. This record in London derbies is going to continue for the Hammers. It's very well given its breadth, the next step after the international break for them. Arsenal's next two Premier League matches are further all capital classes. They go to Fulham and host Crystal Palace on the side of the visit Monaco in the Champions League. But the international window offers much by way of respite for Arsenal because so many of their squad, of course, will be involved with their countries. Trossard here of Belgium. He's on the move. Changes. He's going to come on, and Miles Lewis Skelly as well. So Lewis Skelly for Ricardo Calafiori. Lewis Skelly did start against Olympiacos in that position, but hasn't done so yet in the Premier League this season. Is on with a Trossard making way for Ranieri. Three more of Arsenal's own, summoned from the suspension after seeing Saka get on the score sheet. Lewis Skelly, another of their England contingent. Just turned running team, Thomas article with some glowing praise of him recently, despite the fact, as I say, he has lost his starting spot in the Premier League, for the moment at least, under Mikel Arteta. Moneri didn't even make the matchday squad at Newcastle. He was the odd man out last weekend. Alex Baumann has suffered a fake today. Moneri comes on for a fourth substitutes appearance of his Premier League season. Exactly the role that Moneri takes up, because still these days see it more centrally now. They're plugging into the team for the most part up right. The second right here from West Ham. Paquetá turns it to Jarrod Bowen. Still managed to keep to the fringes for the most part. And then trying to change that does go a bit dangerously, and it had to be dealt with. Very good form. Most productive player once again this season, their captain. He's back in the thick of things. He's got 11 goals in his last 12 Premier League appearances before today. Scoring 8 and assisting 3. Necessarily seen Bowen as an actual captain for the team, but he's kept the armband under Nuno. It's really a great example this season, as he has really during his time in Cleveland Glen. Callum Marshall, scored 10 goals for Huddersfield Town in League One out on loan last season. And in Somerville, he will get the free kick there, and his first feet forcing that free kick. His part of Nuno's temporary coaching staff, right in the point of his own actual team. He was right on the scene there, wasn't he, Nuno, as the foul throw was given. So there's that understandable frustration. I'm concerned for Declan Rice here. Casey perhaps picked up a problem to the back, and it still appears to be affecting him here.
I think he was done an attempted cross. I think Max Kilman challenged him. He landed awkwardly. He was concerned with his back, he was holding it, and he seems to be doing that now.
Mikel Merino is being ready to is Gabriel Martinelli. West Ham are going to make an alteration as well with Carl Walker-Peters on. Impressive one this evening. There he is, he's starting more recently since his summer arrival from Southampton. It's the Western part of his play, the big part that he's had against his former club. After the scoring in the first half, he makes way for Mikel Merino. He also scored against the former club last week. His goal against Newcastle. Which has also been replaced here. Gabriel Martinelli. Scored the late equaliser against Manchester City recently. He's also scored in both of their Champions League games. He's risen to the challenge of the signings of the summer. There is that West Ham change. Wan-Bissaka's return from injury ends a little early. Role reversal from the player who's placing Tuck in the starting lineup. Carl Walker-Peters is on. Martinelli in this next stage off the bench. have a significant injury list. The likes of Havertz and Noni Madueke. Here is Martinelli. With the pace of that competition that they signed in the summer, really does seem to have responded well and maybe arranged his game again.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what Mikel Arteta would want from his players, to prove that you should be playing, you should be in the team. And he's done well whenever he's appeared. He's always a threat, and with his pace.
Of course, in all competitions this season for Martinelli makes it a joint top scorer with Gyökeres. And as they all go and close down the goalkeeper here, Areola clears. There's 10 minutes of the innings. James ball in. Coming back for a pass. Arsenal corner to come. Which they always expect much. He's got his goal already on his big day for Bukayo Saka. Always in through the Hale End Academy to become one of the poster boys really at the Emirates Stadium. Taking penalties provided them with a little bit of breathing space today. Now can he conjure something from the corner? But a little bit too much for John Brooks' liking here. Not exactly what was going on. Stick tight to Gyökeres. Saka's had a little longer to think about. From Bukayo Saka. Trying to get at the end of it, and what turns it behind. And West Ham give a big sub break.
They're marking zonal, the majority, and then Juke is on Gyökeres. Callum Marshall was on Saliba. The rest is marking zone. It's really difficult to defend that way.
Vulnerability from corners is something that Nuno has been working on all week. He's only his first week in the job. Martinelli with the corner this time. He's cleared back in his direction to return it once more. Somerville getting there first, but not getting too far. Saliba couldn't quite pick the through pass that he was intending. Lewis Skelly impressed when he got the opportunity in the Champions League. Hasn't played as many minutes as he wanted in the Premier League. He's engaged with the squad, he says he's dealt with it well. So impressive for Stan Fury being in that position. So many games that they have coming up. The vast majority of the squad will get their game time. After this, shoulder to shoulder, Walker Peters. Arsenal get the free kick. Despite the fact that both Mavropanos and Walker Peters felt the effects of the presence there of Victor Gyökeres.
It's been a great battle, Mavropanos and Gyökeres this match. So fully committed. Both big, strong players. Really enjoyed the battle between those two.
Will be desperate to try and get his goal as well. He's been putting in the performances from Arsenal certainly since his signing. Arteta has mentioned saying that there's so much more to come from him. It's been a similar case in point really this afternoon. His presence has played a vital part for Arsenal. His reward waits on. Here comes the free kick. Martinelli, close this time.
That was a good delivery, again. very organised. Just tried to skim it off his head towards the back post and just too much connection on it, Mikel Merino.
Such a threat with his head. From the time really that he went up front, of course, last season. 20 attempts now for Arsenal. From Merino. One-sided statistics, certainly. Quarter of them on target. For Arsenal, nothing at the other end. So rapidly running away from those former East London to claim anything from the north of the campus. So who will know that the season won't be defined by days like this. The international break coming up, for him at least, will be timely. Really given the opportunity to get to work. Still getting to know everyone at the club. Massive Steve Potts and Mark Ross and helping out the under-21 coaches with that transition. He took his first training session on the day that he was appointed only a week ago. It's been quite a ride since then, hasn't it? From behind on Monday, but it does appear as if they're going to empty-handed at the Emirates. Ethan Waneri for Arsenal. They keep on coming in search of more. To keep hold of that, he's been penalised in the process. Despite the scoreline, Cameroon is in no great hurry at the moment. Suggested it has to an extent become damage limitation for the Hammers. Marshall just as possessed. Nicholas to give chase, and Bracals was in front of him importantly. Away by Areola. One FA Cup to his name from those 300 matches that he's had at the helm, but the promise this season of more to come, and he's never shied away from the fact that he has to deliver that silverware, and really he has to deliver it this season. And how close they've come so often recently. But they've spent in the summer, but they weren't alone in doing that. It's the level that they're going to operate at. And that's a painful one. Lucas Paquetá. It's been really a form of rain, wasn't it? In contact with the Brazilian. He's the Ham's top scorer this season, Lucas Paquetá, with 3 goals in all competitions. He hasn't quite been able to influence this one as he would have hoped. Fernandez takes the free kick. On towards Marshall, who's giving chase. Right along the stretch. Hasn't quite dealt with as he would have hoped there. Because West Ham did get the corner. Ryan Wilmer felt was preventable. And comes the corner kick. The goalkeeper is a little bit fortunate, maybe. Still the danger with Somerville. Paquetá to try again with the cross. And just floated in threateningly. And still enough back. They'll be very keen to cling on to the clean sheet. The 4th shutout of the season in the Premier League if it stays this way, but a little bit of concern more latterly for us in that respect.
Yeah, I think if you're West Ham, you just want to give your travelling support something to go home happy about. Not having a shot on target is not great. We'll have a little while still, I think, with stoppage time.
Expecting at least 7 further minutes since we get to 90. Being dispossessed of his racing Perez. So we're hopeful for an offside flag. Didn't come. Timber keeps it in. Arsenal as accurate as they needed to be at the end of it. Confirmation of those 7 additional minutes from here. So it's time yet for Arsenal to finish it off maybe. For West Ham to set up a early conclusion after the ball. Home fans still confident enough that the former of those scenarios is the more likely. Be Ethan Waneri to take this free kick. Trying to take it down. Panos. Marshall on top, he was the only outcome really, and he found himself completely surrounded. He keeps sticking on to it, and that's all respected him. West Ham to drive forward with Kilman. Owen taking over, taking on Lewis Skelly and delivering the cross. A little bit panicky in the back for those who ran away. Ultimately conceding only the corner of Zubimendi.
Yeah, great driving run, Max Kilman. Finds Bowen, takes Lewis Skelly on straight away down the outside. Paquetá to take this corner for West Ham. They are finding their threat at the end. It's a good delivery. It wasn't too far away. Certainly in the context of what they've created. That was West Ham's best chance. I think Callum Marshall with a header. Yeah, their best chance of the afternoon. Callum Marshall gets a header. Saliba may have just done enough.
Certainly a bit more difficult, isn't he, for Marshall on his Premier League debut. Scored 3 goals in 2 games in the Football League Trophy already this season for the under-21, so big show of faith from Nuno Espirito Santo. 14 minutes in the Premier League today. Regular minutes actually for Northern Ireland. Moving well on the World Cup qualifying duty next week as well. And the squad against Slovakia and Germany. It's Carl Walker-Peters combining with Crescencio Somerville. Paquetá, Somerville. Looking as threatening as they have at any stage of the afternoon. And it cost him here, the Icarus is on the move. It's Icarus. With Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal seem content enough with what they've got now. They'll take them top. Maybe only for a few hours. So pressure on the Champions League ball. Time whistle goes here. Skelly. Wolves can win big against Brighton. This one has followed the form book. Racing for Arsenal. Stepping in for Martinelli. The passes across. Did really well.
Yeah, he's done really well today, Mavropanos. Great battle against Gyökeres, this time covering his defensive partner to clear the danger.
Bukayo Saka corner to come for Arsenal in these last couple of minutes. Well, he scored on there at 96 in slightly different circumstances at St James's last weekend, Gabriel. He's watching forward for this one as well. Heavily targeted there for Saka. Still not away yet. Marino challenging for him. Skinny trying to force a way through. Very forward. There is Tumba. Now Saka. Somerville again back doing his defensive duties, and there have been plenty of those for him to fulfil today. He's not quite had the chance to influence it at the other end, as he's clearly capable. So they've been very comfortable for long spells. The job is almost done. Arsenal playing keep ball perhaps to the conclusion. Experience for West Ham. Defended with determination for the most part, haven't they, to keep the scoreline down, to keep clear chances really for Arsenal. And something of a premium today, but Gunners have had enough. Pushing the hurdle that they have hit heavily in the last two seasons. West Ham a little bit in these final seconds. Something to spare, and as Mikel Arteta brings up 300 games in charge of the club, he takes them to the top of the Premier League table here. Winners against West Ham and win as well. Extra goals in each half. Declan Rice against his former club found their way through. They were patient when they had to be in the first half, and then Saka settled it from the spot on his milestone appearance. 200 games in this division for his club, and a scorer in style today to settle it. Piling on the problems for Nuno. When they get to his job comes his first defeat. It's ended at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, West Ham 0. Two goal scorers who we suspected would have something to say today. Saka with that milestone appearance and now 100 goal involvement in the Premier League. He was called from the squad, and it probably accurately, Darren Ambrose reflected Arsenal's dominance today.
Yeah, it did. Nuno and his team came with a game plan. Sit deep, try and counter-attack. Once Arsenal got the first goal though, you have to kind of change that, because they were always going to see this game out. I think it could have been more than two. Saka got a disallowed goal, didn't need to start with. They had a few chances, they missed a glorious chance. It was all in all a fantastic performance from Arsenal, and they just done what they needed to do.
The players who made the difference. They sit currently at the summit. West Ham United left to reflect on a performance of discipline, of determination. It's acknowledged by the travelling fans at the Emirates today. And his side just came up against opponents who were a little bit too good. It does give Nuno food for thought, though, doesn't it, going into the international break?
Yeah, it certainly does. He hasn't had long with his team. They seem to be buying into what he wants. The shape, particularly in the first